So I knew the answer wasn't just to walk away from church completely. I knew that the answer wasn't to walk away from Jesus completely. So the praying continued and the restlessness continued. And then Charlie Kirk got assassinated. And then all of a sudden, all these rumors started happening about Charlie Kirk potentially becoming Catholic curious, asking questions about Catholicism, going to Mass, being very interested in the Catholic faith at the very end of his life, which shocked me because I knew that Charlie wasn't Catholic. I mean, I saw tons of videos where he would debate Catholics, or he was a very proud evangelical. So when I started hearing all these rumors and these rumblings of him like dabbling with Catholic stuff, I was like, what in the world are you talking about? But it was true. According to a Catholic bishop who reportedly had been having conversations with Charlie very shortly before his assassination, Charlie divulged this to this bishop. This bishop's name was Bishop Joseph Brennan of Fresno, California. And according to this bishop, Charlie was confiding with him about his Catholic wife and how he and his family were attending Mass regularly and how much he loved his Catholic pastor. And as they were parting ways, Charlie told this bishop, he's like, I'm this close. That's what he told this Catholic bishop. Then I watched a video of him acknowledging that Protestants undervalue the Blessed Virgin Mary and that we don't talk about Mary enough. We don't venerate her enough. And he even argued that the Blessed Virgin Mary was the antidote to this toxic feminism within the United States of America. And then, of course, the most famous part of all of it was the fact that whenever he was assassinated, he was wearing a St. Michael the Archangel pendant around his neck. And I was like, what in the world? I don't understand any of this. What is up with this Catholic thing? Why are some of the most brilliant minds of our generation either Catholic or they're Catholic curious? I don't get it. And so began the journey. And I am not kidding you. You might think that this is exaggerating, but it was 6 to 8 hours a day. Every single day, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, reading books, listening to debates, going online, trying to understand and decipher what history said, reading the early church, listening to the catechism in a year within 4 months. I'm telling you, I was taking all of this in with a fire hose instead of a garden hose, trying to figure out what was going on here and why these things were not only being said about some of the most brilliant minds of our generation, but maybe this could be at least a way for me to understand theology and the Christian faith at its foundational roots whenever I look into the early church and early history. I certainly didn't expect it to end up Catholic for me because of all of the anti-Catholic rhetoric that has been drilled into my head my entire life in the circles that I was around. So with any theological disagreement that I had with the Catholic Church, what I had to do for myself was to try to understand that theology from the Catholic's perspective. And unbelievably so, it was the same perspective as the early church.